Hi and welcome to Internet Radio in 2011. My name is James Mulvaney. I work with a company called Wave Streaming. We've been pioneering internet radio now for 7 years coming up, and we've learned a lot over the past 7 years, and indeed over the next few years things are really going to start to take off and become a lot more interesting. So as I say, the topic of today is Internet Radio in 2011. But let's talk about the past few years and find out exactly where Internet Radio has come from before we talk about the huge opportunity that is presented to us in 2011, taking things forward, whether it be an existing radio station, or if you're thinking about starting up an internet radio, here is why internet radio is for you and why it's becoming, as I say, a massive opportunity. Going back 7 years, everyone who was broadcasting internet radio was pretty much part of a very tightly close-knit community, and not very many people really understood internet radio, not many people even listened to an internet radio back then, and things are really changing now. Here's why. Back in 2004, when we first got started, the only way to listen to radio stations was really via the internet, sat on your computer. So if you've got a PC or a Mac, you could open up with Windows Media Player or with iTunes, etc, etc, but you wouldn't be able to take the radio station out with you. You wouldn't be able to listen to it anywhere else apart from whether you sat in your computer, in your study or your living room or your bedroom, or maybe in a best case scenario, you might be able to move it around the house if you're on a laptop with Wi-Fi connectivity. Moving forward a little bit, things have started to change, and last year we saw things like the Flash Player introduced, which now 35,000 different radio stations are using our Flash Player. It's insane. It makes it really easy for people to listen right from within their browser. So no longer do people need things like Windows Media Player or iTunes to tune into your radio station. You can actually just listen right from within your browser, which is absolutely brilliant. But taking things forward, and some exciting new developments have come around over the past couple of years and are really starting to take off now in 2011. This is why it's such a big opportunity for you. You see, you now have the ability to rival the big kind of conventional offline radio stations. They may also be broadcasting on the internet, but you're also broadcasting on the internet too. A few years ago, it didn't really put you on a level playing field because they had that extra ability that they'd be able to broadcast offline and reach people within a local area, and you were just limited to the internet. Things are changing now because we're shifting away from a really old-fashioned radio technology called FM, and we're going forward onto using the internet to broadcast to devices such as this one I've got sat beside me here. This is a brand new futuristic all-signal dancing Philips Streamium hi-fi system. Now, this is a very nice bit of kit, there's no doubt about it. It can do everything. It can play CDs, it can play DVDs, and it's also got Wi-Fi connectivity built into it. So I can tune in to thousands of different radio stations, not only on FM, but also on the internet via my Wi-Fi connection. So I don't need to have my computer switched on anymore. I can just listen to a whole bunch of internet radio stations right from this device. And anyone who has one of these will also be able to see your radio station just as easily as they'll be able to see any of the FM radio stations broadcasting in their area, which makes things very much more interesting and I think very, very fair for all of the internet radio stations out there. The second big thing that's working now in radio is mobile. A few years ago, as I say, you were restricted to your house, maybe at the best of times moving around with your laptop a little bit on Wi-Fi. But now you can take internet radio anywhere with you on your mobile phone. All of these modern devices such as iPhones, Blackberries and Android phones all support radio stations playing anywhere, wherever you are, which has a kind of a signal, I guess, via the 3G data connection, or if you're in a Wi-Fi area. But now the great thing about this is you can take your internet radio station around, whether you're in the car or whether you're walking down the street, or if you're in a bus, or if you're sat in the office at work. Wherever you are, pretty much, you can listen to thousands of different radio stations, which are not just the FM boys, but also little small internet radio stations that are really killing it in specific types of music and entertainment and sports coverage and all this sort of stuff. So this is why I'm a strong believer that in 2011 you really need to start taking your radio station very seriously if you're not already, because you now have this huge opportunity to compete with the big radio boys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this has proved very useful to you. If you're looking at starting up in internet radio, all you have to do is click onto our website where you can find out more about what we offer and how we can help you get involved in internet radio. Just go on to www.wavestreaming.com. Hopefully this video has proved incredibly insightful if you're thinking about starting a radio station, or as I say, if you've already got a radio station, there's some things you need to start thinking about in 2011 that didn't exist previously. Thanks for watching, take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.